Okay, let's do it. Well, welcome everybody to Riffin with Griffin on the road. I'm in a hotel room in Charlotte. I don't got all my good equipment. Hopefully this mic right here sounds good. I got this mic, this lavalier. Oh, brother, you see, I'm already dropping it. Do I want to hold it? I don't know how it sounds. I'll do it like that. I think it sounds good. Yeah, guys, welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. Let's see if I would play the music, but again, I didn't plan on doing it like this, the podcast. I just I've just been traveling so much and working so much right now. I feel like when you have a baby, your life like picks up, and you're like, now you got to do all this stuff because you want to provide for your kids. So um, that's just where we're at right now. So I apologize if for my normal weird quality anyway. But look, we could just play the song on my. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Oh, we did it. Welcome to Riffin with Griffin, live from a Charlotte hotel room. So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on. I guess let me just get you caught up. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for being supportive in these like weird times. I got all this stuff going on with my mom. We just kind of like it's kind of like a morbid waiting game, which sucks. And then of course I have a new son. So that's just taking up all my time. And then I'm just like busy working. I'm like directing Matt Rife's next special, and it's a crowd work special, so it's a lot of logistics. That's why we're here in Charlotte right now, because I had to go look at the club, and we had to figure out the lighting, and the DP was there. It's like so exciting to be doing this kind of stuff. So I love this new career that I'm getting into, which is great. Um, you know, that's just one of the pleasures of what's going on in my life right now is like just doing all this stuff. So that's great. What else is going on? So yeah, I just want to talk about some stuff. I hope it sounds good. Again, I'm just doing this like raw buck wild from my hotel room. Oh, then I have to like have the thing turned around. Oh, okay, good, it's still working. So there's a mirror right there, so I have to look and see and make sure that I'm still the iPad is still on. So I'm recording on my iPad with this thing. Technology is great. So today, let's talk a little bit. I haven't talked about the NBA all season long. Crazy, right? But it's great. I actually love the playing game. The playing tournament. I think the playing tournament is great because it makes everybody still stay in it and play hard. I only went to one game this year. I went to this Clipper game this year, and I only went because I got to talk with Paul Pierce and Baron Davis. Their marketing team has this thing, Clipper Vision, that they do, which was actually great. I actually enjoyed the game. I realized I miss some of that, and then it's also like I like watching the game with my kid because he sees I have a big screen TV and he loves. I know people talk about screen time with kids, but it's basketball. They're running around. It's all the colors and stuff like that. So he seems to be pretty interested in that. I guess I wanted to be a basketball player because, like, when we went to the doctor, he was measured off the charts tall. So, just I never thought I'd be that kind of dad where I want him to, be a basketball player because I played basketball. Oh, my stepfather just sent me a message. Hello from, and he had sent a picture of my mom. Yeah, man, that's my stepfather's hilarious because he'll sign. He like puts a love whoever in his text messages. So he always says like hey thanks, and then he puts Mike, like I don't know it's him texting from his number. So that's kind of funny. But anyways, the playing game, I really like the playing tournament. And then the Lakers. The Lakers are undefeated in the playing tournament. So the Lakers beat the New Orleans Pelicans last night. It was a great game, and then Sacramento had a fantastic game and knocked Golden State out of the playoffs. So I don't know. I mean, I think LeBron James, the more he plays at this level, at this old, the more you can look at him and be like, he might be the greatest basketball player to ever play. It's just, he has a strong argument. And I think that if he were to beat Denver in this first round and go all the way to the championship and win, and I know I said this last year too, because I thought last year would have been an incredible run, but this is even more incredible if he beats the defending champs in the first round after making it into the play-in, having a winning record, 45 and whatever they were. I believe it was 45 and 27. I mean, that's a winning record. They still were the 10th seed. It's just a testament to how great the Western Conference is. If they end up going to the championship and winning, I think he makes a strong argument for like, yo, I'm the greatest player to ever play over the age of 39 for sure. The level that he's playing at. So I don't know. The more and more time passes, I mean, if he even plays one more year, totally gets into his 20th season, and he's still like top 12, top 15 player in the league. I mean, that says something about him, and it says something about the league, by the way. We do a quick check here. All right, we're good. Still going. That would say a lot about that. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I'm excited about what's happening. And I think that the NBA playoffs, because of all these matchups, really got me excited about basketball again, because it's just kind of been off of it for like a year. So I don't know what you guys think. Tell me in your comments who you got, who you think's going to win. And I'd really like to know, there's always that. Let's have a nuanced Jordan-LeBron debate, okay? I mean, Jordan played when he was 40. He came back or whatever it was. He had retired. He was like the GM. Then he came and played for the Wizards. He was 39, I believe. He was like averaging like something like 20-something points a game, but his team didn't make it to the playoffs. Well, there also wasn't a play-in game either. So, I mean, to Jordan's credit, his team wasn't as good as the Lakers are now. But if they didn't have the play-in, the Lakers would not have made the playoffs, I don't even know if they would have played as hard in the last 15 games. I don't know if they would have played as hard if it wasn't for the play-in. Also, I think that the whole regular season now, there's a methodology to like how you're playing the season now, because you might play hard, play hard, so hard to get into the top 8, and maybe you burn out doing that. Now there's a sort of thing where it's like, well, we could be the 10th seed, still make it in, so maybe we can. Now they're resting players and playing players differently, and the strategy becomes different. I mean, there's a whole strategy to it, but I mean, I just think that LeBron James has a legit argument. I think he's got the greatest basketball career ever. Just everything that he's done, every point he scores is the new record for scoring in the NBA, right? So that's pretty great. So you have that, and then this was I got my computer right here, even though you guys won't be able to see it, but I'll be able to see it. The WNBA draft happened, and it got like. The ratings for the WNBA draft was crazy ratings. Like this chick, Caitlin Clark, can she save women's basketball in terms of like making it like where it's like NFL, NBA, hockey, baseball, WNBA? I mean, will we look at it like that? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, to me, what needs to happen is Taylor Swift, for instance, could save the WNBA by just buying a team. Like, if Taylor Swift bought a team and showed up to the games, I think, and she said, this is important to me, supporting women's sports, I think that would go a long way. And then it would become trending, and then all these big stars would own teams. Imagine if Beyonce, the Kardashians, just pick any famous woman that's out there right now, even J.K. Rowling, if she owned a team, right, it would be like, well, we would know they'd all be women, right? For sure, right? But I think that that would go a long way for making women's sports popular. But Caitlin Clark is on the road now. To me, she's got to be good. I mean, I think she's got to dominate right away. I think she's got to come in and be splashy and explosive, and then people are going to tune in and be like, "Oh wow, this look what's going on here." Maybe this is For me, I'm just like, I think that the women's game looks slower than the men's game, so I just don't like that. I don't even watch college men's basketball for the same reason. I mean, she made this exciting. The story was exciting. I don't know. I mean, you tell me. Did you watch women's basketball more because of her, or did you watch it more because everybody's talking about it? So now we're supposed to like be involved in it now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Was it because you're interested in basketball? She made it interesting, or is it like the hype of it? You're like, well, you had to tune in because you're like, well, everybody's talking about this. Maybe I need to tune in on this. So, but we'll see. But yeah, the WNBA draft got something like 2 million views. The last one was crazy. It was only like 500,000 views of the WNBA draft the year before. So she is making a huge impact. I mean, I'm gonna check out her first game. I'm thinking about it right now. Like, I want to see what's going on. I mean, she has made it super interesting. So it's like, let's go check out and see if this chick can really like. Can she ball with these like women who have been playing basketball now for like 15 years? Because in the women's game, they in there till they 45. They out there balling for as long as they can. So we'll see what's going on with that though. But I am interested in the NBA playoffs. Just such great stories. As I look at my the Erik Griffin on the road desk. You know, let me just search for NBA playoff brackets. And thanks to everybody that's listening right now. I'm going to try to make the sound. Hopefully, the sound is good that I'm grabbing from this lavalier. And so you guys that are in, your truck drivers and all the people that listen to the show regularly, I really do appreciate you. So thanks for supporting the show. And I'm sorry that I missed a couple of episodes in the last month. And I promise to be more consistent. And make sure you check me out on my Patreon. I have made a Patreon episode. I do like 15, 20 minutes of a nuanced subject that I go into. And sometimes it's personal. Sometimes it's like, what I do. But if you want extra me and you want to support me, go to the Patreon, patreon.com/Erik Griffin. So let's check out these playoff brackets right now, and then we'll move on to another subject. But, the Thunder got the number one seed. So there are people saying that the Lakers messed up, that they should have lost and then won the next game so they can go play the Thunder instead of the Denver Nuggets. But I feel like if you're going to beat the Nuggets, the first round is when you should beat them. I agree with that guy Nick from First Things First on Fox, which is one of my favorite sports shows. But he was saying that, the first round of the playoffs, there's like 2 or 3 days in between games. So this is a time that Anthony Davis and LeBron James can rest. Like, if you're going to beat the Nuggets, it's going to be in the first round if you can. So we'll see. So that's a crazy matchup already. Lakers Nuggets in the first round. How crazy is that? Then you got the Timberwolves and the Suns. That matchup, to me, that's the one I want to watch too, because it's like you had this up and coming team. You got Anthony Edwards. This dude is a fantastic basketball player, right? And he's going up against Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and what's his name? The other guy, that these three-headed monster. So that's crazy. And then, of course, my Clippers have to play the Mavericks in the first round. I mean, if the Clippers are going to do it, beating the Mavericks in the first round will go a long way for making me feel like, do we got this? Is this going to be the year we're finally getting this done? I should probably move this back a little bit. I don't even know how it looks. So, I'm just going to, in the edit, it's probably going to look all right. Let me peek up here and see if we're doing good. We're still doing good. And then the Thunder is going to play against either the Kings or the Pelicans. I hope it's the Pelicans, but if Zion Williamson is hurt, because he got hurt in that Laker game, then let's get the Kings. But I don't know if the Kings. I don't know what kind of game that's going to be. Kings versus the Thunder. I don't even know who I want to win in that. And then the Eastern bracket, I think the Celtics are by far the best team. Giannis is hurt again, so there goes the Bucks. The Bucks are done. I don't really believe in the Knicks, so I'd like to see. And then the Heat play the Sixers. Oh man, I'm kind of sick of the Heat, so I hope the Sixers win because I'm tired of the Heat and their like culture they're always talking about not winning the NBA championship, right? So it's like all this culture talk, they don't win the big game. So get them out. So I want to see the Sixers. So I'd love to see the Sixers Celtics. That would be a great Eastern final. So we'll see what's going on with that, guys. We'll see what's going on with that. So I saw this really crazy post that I want to talk about that I saw on Instagram from my favorite Instagram account, Puberty. There's this soccer player. His name is Kaká, right? He's a really great, fantastic soccer player, okay? His wife is divorcing him. So I saw this and I was like, oh, wow, that sucks. I was like, this sucks that the wife's divorcing him. But let me tell you the reason why she's divorcing him. It says, Brazilian football soccer star's divorce from his childhood sweetheart has been attributed to an intriguing reason. She said he was too perfect. Despite Kaká's loyalty and the family they built together, she felt something was missing and ultimately remarried in 2021. Kaká, who retired from professional football in 2020, expressed readiness for a new journey and hinted at a future role in football management. Guys, they took out. There was more to this, but they took it out. That they took out like the post, but they had her words. She said there was more to it about him, how he was loyal and all this stuff, and she divorced him because he was too perfect. What? Are you kidding me? Like that's so dramatic. Like that, like it's like, what do you want? You want the guy to have flaws? You're telling me that you have a dude that you think is perfect, and you're like, I have to divorce him because of this? Get out of my face. I don't even believe it. I don't believe none of that. Maybe he wasn't perfect. I don't even know. I just think that this is such a strange story. It's like so often you see these stories about women, and then you don't want to be like, oh, you know, women be crazy, but then there'll be something like this, and you're like, what are we talking about? That is insane, absolutely insane. So a couple weeks ago, I talked about Lizzo and like this message that she put out. I'm getting tired of putting up with being dragged by the internet. I quit, right? She goes, I didn't sign up for this shit. I quit. Then she had to come back and be like, oh, no, I don't quit music. I'm saying I quit, like, so the caring about social media and all this kind of stuff. I was like, oh, man, like, just go away. You know what I mean? Just go away. This is like when people say, I'm taking a break from social media right now. I need a break from social media. It's like, we don't need you to tell us that. Just leave. I don't need to hear about it. Just leave. Let me check. I really want to hear about, remember a couple weeks ago I was talking about FatCon. I really want to hear about that. I hope FatCon went well. Oh, I need you guys to make sure you go to my Instagram, or actually go to Matt Rife's Instagram, because I directed this little promo for him for his Hollywood Bowl shows, which I will be at, Actually, and then if you're in Arizona, I'm going to be in Arizona tomorrow at Desert Ridge Improv all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So come check me out there at Desert Ridge Improv if you want to come watch Daddy perform. So, yeah. I don't know what the hell was I talking about. I don't even know what I was talking about. Guys, I'm so exhausted right now. My travel, like last night, I had to get on a plane. I had to get on a midnight flight from LA to Charlotte, 4-hour flight in the middle of the night. When you fly across the country, you lose time when you're going from West Coast to East Coast. I can't sleep on the plane. Then I had to get to this hotel. Then there was a whole hassle with my hotel because they to get an early check-in, and then so I'm dealing with the front desk. But kudos to the lady; she was very nice and she helped me out. And then I slept for like a second. Then as soon as I closed my eyes, I had to open my eyes because my alarm went off because we had to go to the comedy club, the Charlotte Comedy Zone, to like, and then do this like walkthrough of like, what we're gonna do for Matt's special. And it just, and then I was like, oh God, I got to do my podcast. Then I had to call my wife, talk, mess around with the kid on the phone, being like, hey, and then now I'm here and I'm just like, I feel zonked. I don't even know if this is like, I don't even know how this is going to look or how this is going to come out, but I just feel like I should always maintain and be consistent. So it is what it is. I talked about this on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you didn't check it out, but I had this weird thing last week where where was I? I was with Matt and we were in Oakland, right? So we're in Oakland and like this guy, I'm walking into the Starbucks, right? And the guy goes, hey man, he starts to say, hey man, can you buy? And then he looks at my face and goes, never mind. And so then I walked inside and I was like, oh man, what did I do to make this guy feel like I wasn't approachable anymore? So I thought, he was in my head. The guy was in my head because I was just like, damn, I want people to think I'm a nice person, and then I had to let them down gently. But I guess I must have given them a look like, fool. So I'll go inside, and then I check my wallet, and I have $5 in cash. But I'm waiting for my Starbucks order, and I'm looking at the menu. There's nothing this guy can order at this place except for like, there was like 3 things legit he could get on the menu for $5 or less. And you include tax. So even if something would say was $4.95, he wouldn't be able to get it because of the tax, right? So it was like 3 things he could get on the menu, like a regular ass cup of coffee, some tea, and then like something else. I didn't even know what it was, but I was just sitting there like daydreaming about the menu, thinking about, damn it, what if I only have $5? You know? And then it made me start to think about this. It started to make me think about like, damn, dude, inflation, even for people who are panhandling, people who are like, asking for money on the street, there's inflation there. So like, you might have $3 and you'd be like, here's $3. Where are they gonna go? What they gonna get with this $3? It's to the point now where the inflation has hit there too. Like, you got to start giving these people $10, $20. You see somebody on the street and they're like, yo man, I'm hungry. You got to be like, okay, here's $20. Go get you like, and then remember how I was talking about the fast food, how they raised the minimum wage? And now all the fast food places have already put out there, they are raising their prices. So now it's like you give somebody $5, they can't even go to Jack in the Box, McDonald's, or anything like that and get a big like fast food meal because they don't have enough money for that. So now we got to start thinking about that now. So I'm just saying, if you got it, give it. You know, you're not changing someone's life. And I hate even thinking about, like, how you give somebody money that somebody's like, they're just going to get drugs with that. That's not, you're not stopping them from getting drugs. But maybe they're going to get a donut and some crack, but at least they're getting a donut. I don't know. I just don't, because what I'm thinking is this $20, even $20 ain't changing somebody's life. Is it making me feel better? I don't feel better anymore because I think about it like this. So that's why I just go, I have it. So if I have it, what does it matter? You know what I mean? Maybe you make someone's day. Maybe the kindness that you're giving this person makes them feel like, oh man, I'm not invisible. Somebody's actually, because imagine how that must be living on the street or like living under the poverty line that you have to do this. And then you hear about the scams and all that kind of stuff, but it's like, whatever, man. Bro, speaking of, everybody, make sure you like look out for scams, man. There's a lot of scams out there. It's like, I think there's like a rental car scam thing. Like, I don't know how your information is getting out there, but say you rent a car and then you get some email like, hey, there's damage to the car. It's going to cost this amount of money. I didn't realize that this also could be a scam. So then I was like, I said, well, damage? So I wrote them, whoever this was, back. I said, okay, well, I need to see before and after pictures. So when I see that, then we can talk about it. And I haven't heard back from them, but it made me feel like, I was like, is this real? I mean, there's so many times, like, oh man, I got a call. Where was I? I was out of town, and I got a call from someone, and I guess I was like tired or something, but I should have realized that this was like, it didn't even feel right. But the guy's calling, he's talking to me, hi, we're calling from Coinbase. I believe someone is trying to get into your account. So it sounded all official, and then when you hear it like that, and you're like, uh oh, what's going on with my account, right? But then the guy was asking me some weird ass questions where I was like, and in the middle of the questions, I said, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna let me um, call myself." You know what I mean? I was like, I'm gonna call myself and see what's up with this. You know, I not call, but like I signed into my account, and I was like, "Oh, my account's fine." Because usually, if you sign into your account, there's something. So then I just hung up on this guy, and he tried to call me back, and I just blocked their number. Because then the person kept asking me, like, he asked me a question like, "Is this you?" And I was like, "No." Okay. What about this transaction? Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Wait a minute. Why you're asking me the same thing? What's going on here?" Then I was like, then it just hit me. I was like, "Oh man, I'm being scammed." Boom, hang up. I hate it. I hate that our information is out there like this. Like people have your emails, and like as soon as they get your email, they're trying to see what account is this attached to, and all this kind of stuff. And it sucks, man. It sucks. Even like with social media, I realized I changed my email for all my social medias, and I stopped having issues. You know, like if you have your email, and your email, my email was my social media email, and then I was always getting like, someone's trying to change your password, or I was always getting just some kind of weird messages on my social media. You know what I mean? And then I said, oh, you know what? I need to make a secret Erik social media email that I use for all of them, and only I have that, and no one has it. Changed everything. So I do suggest you guys do that for everything. Like have an email for banking, have an email for separate emails, because and then you have like a junk email. So you should have an email, because like I look at my Google emails right now, man, I have like, let me see, 41,000 unread emails. You know, it's unbelievable. Um, Let me see. Then for okay, yeah, that yeah. I had I have to do. I just realized I have to do ads. Oh yeah, I have to do an ad today too. So that's great. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Where is that one? I don't know. They shifted them to 422. Okay, that's good. We'll just do it like that. Never mind, guys. Sorry. Sorry. You guys don't care. Maybe I'll edit this part out. Well, good. This is good. I'm glad I don't have to worry about doing an ad today. So that'll be good. Yeah, so watch out for scams. Like legit watch out for scams. Oh, and another one I heard about is that don't you shouldn't answer yes to anything. Apparently they're recording your voice. I mean, isn't that like, oh man, it's so scary. I just saw that story about an old man who was like they had a scam where they were making the guy pay money because someone was being kidnapped or something, and they made it sound all real, and they sent an Uber to pick up the money. But the thing is, they sent a real Uber to pick up money. So this old black woman is like going to this guy's house like, hey, I don't know, apparently I'm supposed to pick up something. The guy pulls a gun on her thinking she's a part of the scam, and he kills her. The guy's in jail. He went to he's getting 3 counts of murder and whatever is like that. But I mean, you gotta be careful. You know what I mean? Like, how crazy is that? Wait, let me check my screen. Yeah, we're still on. We're still going. You gotta be careful. We on the golden hour. the producer Nick like played some like AI versions of all three of us, our voices, and the one that was me, I was like, "What is this? I never said this," and I was like, "Damn." I mean, people haven't really been talking about AI for a while now. It's kind of like not in the thing anymore. So people are just kind of like, let's move on to the next thing. But man, that shit is getting scarier and scarier and scarier. So make sure you just be careful, man. My favorite is these text messages that you get. I mean, I got it. Let me see. Where's this one text message I got? So this is how they do it now. They try to be slick. So this person writes, Sarah, is this your number? You send the documents that the company needs to process to my mailbox. Please reply to me after reading them. So this is how I always respond to things like this. I go, everything looks great. Go ahead and process. And then the person writes back, no, I did not receive your document. So I just was like, okay, they're still going with, like, here's the thing though. What if this is just a wrong number and the person really legit thinks this is Sarah? Or is this one of these scams? It's like, it's hard to tell. What are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? What are you supposed to do, y'all? So, I don't know. I just don't know. But I am excited for the future, guys. I'm excited to join the directors union. You get like you have to direct a project, and the project gives you a certain amount of minutes directed, and you have to have a certain amount of minutes to join. So I think after this next special, I will be able to join. I don't know. I really enjoy doing it. It's like a new passion of mine, and I felt gratified today because, like, I'm meeting the lighting and set design person, and I'm telling them my vision, and I'm talking about what Matt wants to do and this and that. And the guy was like, "Hey man, I love your passion. I'm really excited about this." And then I was like, "Oh, cool, cool. I'm glad I'm expressing that. I just don't know all the director lingo. You know what I mean? Stage right, stage left, the different lenses and the different lighting things and all this stuff." So I just kind of like, I have to like let everybody know. I'm like, listen, I'm a novice at the terminology, and I just want to use your expertise in this situation, but help me with, through my ignorance, but still having confidence in myself and what I'm trying to get across. I mean, that's the thing that's like, in anything that you do, I think that's super important. My workouts are going well too. I did something I was happy about last week when I was out on the road with Matt. It's easier with Matt because he works out all the time, so I feel like, I'll go work out with you. But I don't normally, when I go on the road, work out. You make excuses and that kind of stuff. But last week I worked out twice. I didn't get to be with my trainer, so while I was on the road, I went into the gym. I made a little video of it, and I love it. I like it. I like how it made me feel. So on this trip, I'm gonna go to the gym. So tomorrow I have all day till I have to go to my flight to Arizona. I'm gonna, go into this hotel gym and do the workout that I know how to do. I know all these different exercises and stuff now. So I'm proud of myself, and I want to keep going. Eating good on the road is real. It can be challenging depending on where you are, and like the portion control is really the thing that's a big issue for me. But I'm continuing my workout journey because it's like it's important. Another thing that's important for you people that, like, if you just started a family or you're new to a family or you're young, you know what you really got to think about is like looking into financial planning for the future for yourself and your kid, especially for your kid. If you open like a IRA or some sort of investment account for your child now when they are, newborn, and you put, if you can, I mean, ideally you want to put like $100 a month into it, right? But put whatever you can. Even if you put $25 a month into an investment account, by the time your kid is 18 years old, there could potentially be millions of dollars in there. It's crazy, you know? And it doesn't take a big investment from you. So I'm looking into all this stuff right now because I don't know how long I'm going to be around, right? So I just want to make sure I'm setting up. My guy was telling me, like, if you put this certain amount in the account. You keep investing in it for your kid in a separate account. By the time they're 50, they could have like $5-6 million. I thought about that right now. I'm 52. I wish my mom would have done that right now. And she presented me with like, hey, guess what? Here's an account that we've been working on for you since, all this time. And here it is. Here's, the financial person calls like, hey, your dad did this account for you when he was alive. And when you turned 50, here it is. Oh my God. Imagine if even if it was like, what if like, even at 30 years old, what if at 30 years old, 30, you're, you got an envelope in the mail about an account that your parents started for you that they've been investing in, and it's worth like $3 million. Life changing, right? And it doesn't even take a big investment in you. It's all about the time, the longevity of doing an investment for like 30 years, you know? So I want to do something like that, you know? Yeah. But anyways, guys, thankfully I don't have to do an ad today. Next week I get all my ads in, and I'm if you're make sure you check out my website. I still got the current dates. And listen, if you're in the LA area, make sure you come to my Laugh Factory show on May 9th. I think I'm having Craig Robinson, Martin Amini, Fahim Anwar is going to be on the show. This funny chick Meredith Casey is going to be on the show. I'm doing the Erik and Friends for the Netflix as a joke. So make sure you guys, if you're in the area, in the Los Angeles area, and you're a fan, come check me out. I'm going to host the show, so I'll do a lot of time. But it should be fun. It should be a fun time at the Laugh Factory. But yeah, this is, from my hotel room in Charlotte. I needed to do an episode, and I did it. I'll be back in studio next week, and I'm going to have some guests. I'm just going to do remote guests, I'm just going to talk to guests remotely and, 20, 30 minutes of the show, still do what I do and just, get some different types of guests and discussions and things going. Because I'm still doing the little podcast I could, right? But anyways, guys, I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. And I will see you on Monday for Monday Nuance. And I'll see you next Wednesday for Riffin with Griffin. Take care.